They messed with the wrong guy when they decided to block my road. I'm about to tell you how a bunch of HOA big shots turned my quiet life into a battlefield and how I flipped their scheme into a cash machine. They built a fence across the only way to my ranch, thinking they could bully me out. But they forgot one thing: never cross a guy with a toolbox and a grudge. Now, I'm counting stacks from my DIY toll booth while their boss scrambles to explain why their budget's gone. Where are you reading this from? Drop a comment if you've ever had an HOA make your life hell. This story's wilder than anything you've seen. I'm Nathan Cole, a 40-year-old remote IT consultant who's been geeking out on electronics since I was a kid taking apart radios. In March 2023, I bought a 40-acre ranch in Willow Springs, Colorado, chasing a dream of off-grid living. The place was rough, overgrown fields, a creaky farmhouse, a barn one storm away from collapse, but I saw a canvas. The soil was rich, water right solid, and it was just far enough from Denver to feel free, but close enough for supplies. Since high school, I've been hacking gadgets, sometimes sparking small fires my mom wasn't thrilled about. I taught myself coding and wiring, which I used to trick out my ranch. First up was a smart irrigation system for my crops, using sensors to save water. Then a solar-powered chicken coop with auto-locking doors to keep coyotes out. I even rigged a sensor to ping my phone when my goats were ready to give birth. The ranch was my lab: veggies, eggs, goats, and tech experiments. Locals swung by for produce, and I rented out land for camping. Life was good. The road to my place, a dirt track over 60 years old, cut through a corner of land managed by the Silver Pines HOA, a ritzy neighborhood a mile away with perfect lawns and matching mailboxes. I wasn't in their club, but my deed included a clear easement guaranteeing access, filed with the county in 1965. For 2 years, it was fine. I got along with neighbors like Ed and Clara Bennett, retirees who bought my eggs and traded peach cobbler for kale. Ed, a former mechanic, helped debug my solar setups. Clara shared gardening tips. Then came the letter. It was a Tuesday in April, and I was elbow deep in a new goat feeder when I grabbed the mail. A fancy envelope from the HOA screamed urgent meeting about road misuse and security upgrades. Weird, since my easement was ironclad. I decided to show up, sensing trouble. That Thursday, a spring rain battered my truck as I pulled into the Silver Pines Community Center, my boots leaving mud on their shiny floor. About 25 residents sat in rows, eyeing my flannel shirt. At the front was Gregory Vance, the new HOA president, a slick 50-something in a suit that cost more than my tractor. His polished grin didn't match his eyes. Next to him was Evelyn Harper, the HOA manager, clutching a tablet like it held nuclear codes. Gregory breezed through pool repairs and picnic plans before dropping the bomb: a ranch road issue. He unveiled plans for a gated luxury development, Silver Pines Heights, promising 40% property value spikes. But he said, smirking, we must address the unsightly ranch clogging our community with traffic. My ranch. He flashed renderings of a stone gate and fence to secure the Roadme Road. I stood, chair scraping. I'm Nathan Cole, that ranch's owner. I have a recorded easement for this road. You can't block it. The room froze. Gregory's smile twitched. Mr. Cole, the HOA controls community roads. Your arrangement is outdated. We voted for the gate unanimous. He offered a $3,500 annual access card, generous for the value they'd add. I shot back. That's a legal easement, not a favor. My ranch predates your houses. Gregory brushed me off, moving on. After, Tom Reynolds, a longtime resident, pulled me aside in the lot, whispering, Gregory's tied to developers. He wants your land for the project. This gate's to squeeze you out. He's done this before: fences, fines, water cuts till owners sell. He warned Gregory was dodging my easement records, claiming they were under review. I called my old friend Lila Brooks, a property lawyer in Boulder. At midnight, she confirmed my easement was bulletproof. They can't block you legally, but they'll drag it out in court, costing you thousands. She urged photos, recordings, and a sheriff call if they locked me out. That night, I spotted survey stakes along the road, orange flags marking their gate. At dawn, machines roared. I ran out, half-dressed, to find an 8-foot fence and electric gate sealing my road. Workers shrugged, talked to the HOA. Gregory rolled up with Evelyn, waving a permit I couldn't touch. This is our land, Mr. Cole. Pay $3,500 yearly for access. Evelyn's got your temp cards, even days. I was fuming. This is illegal. I've got an easement. Gregory smirked. File your papers. By then, our deal's done. Evelyn tossed me a card like it burned her. I swiped it to get home, humiliated. I raced to the county office, grabbing my easement in 1965 perpetual right. The clerk blinked. Nobody disputes this. At Lila's office, she nodded. It's solid, but injunctions take weeks. Back home, the gate loomed, cameras glaring. Walking my property line, I noticed the fence curved oddly. My 2021 survey showed it 3 feet of their gate was on my land. A mistake. I called my buddy Jake Turner, a contractor who'd fixed my barn. He checked the survey, grinning. They screwed up, Nate. That gate's yours to mess with. Lila confirmed. I could control structures on my property. We hatched a plan to toll booth, right on my land, to flip their game. That weekend, Jake and I worked like madmen, grabbing lumber, wires, and solar panels. I coded an automated booth with a payment terminal, cameras, and a barrier arm $25 per crossing, $120 monthly pass. Signs screamed, private property toll road. We built through Saturday night, floodlights blazing, finishing by Sunday dawn. As Silver Pines folks returned from trips, they hit my booth. Jaws dropped. I stood there, calm, explaining, this road's on my land, like your gate's on yours. Pay to pass. Some cursed, some laughed, most paid. By noon, cars backed up. Evelyn rolled up, livid. This is illegal. She called Gregory, who stormed over, red-faced. You're extorting us. I pointed to my survey. My land, my rules. Call the cops. He did. Officer Delgado arrived, reviewed my papers, and shrugged at Gregory. Civil matter. It's his property. Gregory fumed as Delgado left. Monday's HOA meeting was a circus. Gregory called me a menace, hiring lawyer Daniel Walsh. A cease and desist hit, claiming I broke laws. Lila laughed at all bluff. They cut power, my solar kept humming. Inspectors found no code violations. They tried labeling my booth a business. Lila shot it down as a property fee. Residents, led by Susan Grant, griped about double tolls. Why are we paying twice? Local reporter Mia Larson's article, Toll War, went viral, turning my booth into a roadside attraction. Then Gregory slipped. My cameras caught him, Walsh, and a third guy vandalizing my booth at 3 a.m. Spray paint, smashed terminal. I had backups in the cloud. I filed charges, rebuilt stronger, and added a sign, Gregory Vance fee, $1,500 per crossing. The footage hit social media, torching Gregory's cred. Digging deeper, I found he was pocketing developer kickbacks from Crestview Properties, hiding my easement from his board. A leaked email bragged he'd force me to sell cheap. Lila uncovered a fake permit. Gregory lied about the gate's location. I invited him to negotiate at Lila's office, recording it. He sneered, "We'll bankrupt you in court." My board's clueless. They vote my way. He spilled his developer ties, not knowing we taped it. I dropped everything: vandalism clips, emails, recordings online, CCNG residents and Mia. Her expose blew up, outing Gregory's scams. The board fired him, facing my lawsuit and vandalism charges. Walsh bailed. Susan's new board tore down the gate, signed my easement rights, and paid my damages. Crestview scrapped the project. The land's now a preserve. I used $18,000 in toll cash for a land rights fund. My ranch is now a community farm hub. Classes, markets, field trips. Gregory sold his house, shunned, copping a vandalism plea. A sign marks the old booth. Don't mess with a rancher who builds. What's your take? Was my toll booth genius or petty revenge? Should HOAs have road control, or is that tyranny? Did Gregory deserve ruin, or was he just business savvy? Comment, like if you're Team Rancher, and subscribe for more epic fights.